Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
This episode is brought to you by BYDFi, the superior crypto exchange surpassing Kraken and other exchanges with its powerful features and exclusive benefits. Formerly known as BitYard, with BYDFi you enjoy unparalleled advantages such as low slippage, unmatched liquidity, and an impressive leverage of up to 200x, outshining the competition. Unlike Kraken, BYDFi offers the widest ranges of leverage tokens covering most of the popular cryptocurrencies today. And right now, US and Canadian users who complete KYC and deposit at least $100 will receive a $100 perpetual contract trading bonus. And there are also free rebates when depositing USDT via your credit card. Embrace the future with BYDFi, featuring over 150 derivative pairs and unbeatable perks. Link in the description below.
There have been reports that objects, strange lights, actually rise up out of the waters into the air and move about for a period of time and then disappear. And often this is either witnessed from the beach or is experienced at close hand by fishermen.
Officials from the Federal Aviation Administration say there were no aircraft incidents or accidents in this area Tuesday night, but multiple witnesses report seeing a large blue object fall out of the sky and into the ocean.
Something is in the sky. What is that?
This video was taken by Misitina Sape at 8:26 Tuesday night near Haleakala Avenue in Nanakuli. Not long after, a woman named Mariah spotted the same thing passing over Princess Kahanu Estates.
And then I was like, oh.
The journey ended less than 3 miles from where it began, on Farrington Highway in front of the Board of Water Supply building, after the object appeared to drop into the ocean.
Or the going line in the water, whatever it is.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome back to my 2 cents. Today, as you guys saw, man, the Oceangate Titanic ship, man, oh man, looks like it's been lost, guys. Looks like they found the debris. We're going to talk about the details in today's episode, but I'm just priming you with some of my theories on what happened to this submarine. It's not actually a submarine. I didn't know that. It's called a submersible. What the hell is the difference? I'm going to explain here in a second, but looks like breaking news out of Washington Post, which I hate using this website. It's just the one that came up, where democracy dies in darkness. That's what it should say. You know what I'm saying? Where? Operative word there is where democracy dies in darkness. Because the Washington Post is a bunch of baloney, fake news. I'm sounding like Trump right now, but literally they are. They slant. They have a bias in most of their political pieces. It should say where democracy dies in darkness. That's exactly what happens with the Washington Post. But that's a whole nother topic. What we're talking about today is something that doesn't have a political bias, or maybe it does. Let me know in the comments below how this may play into something political. I don't know. But Titanic submersible suffered catastrophic loss, it says, of pressure, killing all aboard. I would say this, thank God it was something that probably happened instantly, because the pressure from that water at those depths, they were out of here quickly, just straight smushed. So I don't think that they really felt anything. It's just unfortunate, because who's left is who gets the brunt of the feelings, right? It's not the dead that suffer. It is the living, the ones we leave behind. That is who suffers the most, and that's the tragic part of death. But before we get into this article, I want to go over some things that led up to this potentially being the case, being such a catastrophic event. There's one guy who was the friend of Hamish Harding, not James Harding. No, not James Harding. Hamish Harding. He was a friend of his and actually was supposed to go down on one of these trips, one of these expeditions. Now, I'm going to play this video really quickly from Live Now, because he's got some chilling information to disclose to you guys. Check this out.
And the thing that kind of clinched it for me was it became evident that the company wasn't going to seek certification for going down to those depths. using new materials here. The company wasn't going to seek certification for going down to those depths. We're using carbon fiber, not steel and iron, which is normal. But also that they didn't intend to seek that certification, not for going down once, but for going down multiple times.
Now, that guy was a friend of Hamish Harding. His name was Chris Brown. No, not that Chris Brown. Not that Chris Brown. The Chris Brown was a multimillionaire, or is a multimillionaire. And again, he was going to be on one of these trips, not specifically this one, but a different one. And he pulled out because there were simply too many red flags. Listen to what he had to say about a couple of these red flags.
They continuously missed those milestones. So they weren't reaching the depths that they had said that they would. And including right at the end of 2018, supposed to be diving in June of 2019, they hadn't even got down to 300 meters, bearing in mind that the wreck's at 3,800 meters. I'd seen the vessel during testing in the Bahamas, and they were using construction piping for ballast. The control of the vehicle is made with like an Xbox controller. The lighting inside was something you'd see in a DIY
let me
shop.
rewind that for you. You got to hear that one again.
Of the vehicle is made with like an Xbox controller. The lighting inside was something that you'd see in a DIY shop. It just came across to me that they were making good use of materials, but just kind of cutting corners. If an Xbox controller works for it and it's an ideal solution, why not improve on it and just make it a little bit more robust?
Now, let me just stop right there. I ain't paying $250,000 to be playing with an Xbox in a tube. I'm just not going to be doing it. I also heard that the darn submersible didn't even have a real window for you to see out of. So you were looking through a screen. So I'm paying $250,000 to go down, risk my life, to not actually look out the window, but look at a screen that looks out the window. Man, get out of here, bro. They could have been gaming me. We could have been in the Detroit River. I would have never known. And they could have played me on some old footage of the Titanic. I mean, how would I know? To take that type of risk and to spend that type of money, I need to be able to see a lot more. Now, I know there is a lot of engineering and physics behind these types of capsules. You know, the more areas you have, like windows, vents, etc., the more likely there is a catastrophic failure. But hell, they only had one window and still had a catastrophic failure. So it's unfortunate that this happened to his friend Hamish Harding. Again, he was the billionaire that was on board. The founder of OceanGate was also on board, along with a gentleman and his son. So unfortunate to have lost their lives as well. Could you imagine? Let me know in the comments below, because I almost would rather go out like this. I think I would rather go out this way, guys, versus going out in a slow death where they maybe got stuck at the bottom or stuck in some netting and they literally just have to slowly realize their demise. Oh, I would hate to have that happen. Let me know in the comments, would you want to go slow or would you want to go fast? Pause. That's what she said. But Hamish was no rookie to adventures. He was the president of Action Aviation, a company headquartered in United Arab Emirates, and they specialize in the sale and purchase of aircraft. He holds several Guinness World Records. For specifically, as reported by Forbes, Harding has been able to break the longest duration at full ocean depth by a crew vessel. So this guy has a need for adventure. He was also part of the Blue Origin project. He participated on that first commercial flights to low Earth orbit. He also had records for 2 South Pole records, the first in 2016, where he was accompanied by a veteran astronaut, Buzz Aldrin. He also accompanied by his son, who at just 12 years old became the youngest person to have reached the South Pole. So the guy was doing this thing. I guess when you build so much wealth, and you've done so many things, you've driven all the cars, you've had all the homes, you've flown and traveled everywhere. It's time to do something else, okay? You're getting bored here. So can you really blame them? You got to live life to the fullest. We all die at some point, so you might as well go balls to the wall and do what you want to do. Me, blood is not that adventurous. I can't do none of that big Caucasian man stuff. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna stay my ass on the earth, okay? But I must say, this probably isn't a shock to the company OceanGate, to be quite frank with you, because guess what? There was a gentleman that worked for OceanGate, and he was director of marine operations, and he was actually terminated and sued for whistleblowing. He went to OSHA, I believe, or one of these other agencies. He went to them after his direct superiors would not do anything after his concerns about first of a kind carbon fiber hull that was used in the system. This was a new hull that they were testing out, and they didn't want to do any certifications. If I'm not mistaken, they actually didn't even have insurance on it either. So they cut a lot of corners over at OceanGate, and shame on them, because I'm sure they're going to go out of business now. There's no way you can come back from this type of PR nightmare. And I'm sure the family of the billionaire alone will sue them enough to definitely cause them to go bankrupt. Lockridge's recommendation was that non-destructive testing on the Titan's hull was necessary to ensure a quote-unquote solid and safe product. According to the filing, Lockridge was reportedly told that such testing was impossible. He was worried that the system would not reveal flaws until the vessel was descending, and then might only provide milliseconds of warning before a catastrophic implosion. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. The issue is, even though there were adventurous customers here, patrons, paying the $250,000 a seat to get on here, I'm sure they would not have gone on this trip if they didn't know the carbon fiber hull was actually tested. I'm sure. So that's where the lawsuit comes into play, in my opinion here, guys. And it's just a sad, sad situation. Now, on the other hand, could this be something deeper than rap, ladies and gents? Could this be an alien encounter gone wrong? I don't know if you guys really follow the whole UAP, UFO thing. Me and Rice are going to talk about it over the weekend. So come back to I Hate Crypto over the weekend. I'm going to have a live stream for you to catch us over on Rumble, because over there, we're going to go diving deep into some UAP, UFO topics that really can't touch on YouTube. But definitely come back Saturday and check me and Rice TVX out with that one. That would be Uncensored, episode 5. Now, could it be a situation where they ran into a UAP or some type of alien craft? There has been, for many, many years now, evidence of life or extraterrestrials actually living underground, in caves, and in water. Listen to this statistic. More than 80% of the ocean has never been mapped, explored, or even seen by humans. Not even mapped, guys. So you might as well just call that a whole nother planet. So there is a lot of evidence in the past thousands of years. Ancient civilizations have talked about this in their text. In many cases, you saw the clip at the beginning of this video. Many ancient civilizations have talked about aliens coming out of the water. We've been seeing an uptick in UAP activity. Finally, the government has come out and talked about it, which shocked the hell out of me. So we can't rule this out, ladies and gents. We can't rule UAPs or UFOs being a culprit in the demise of the OceanGate Titan submersible. We just can't. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think the Greys had anything to do with it? Are they covering this whole situation up? Am I reading too deeply into it? Do I need to take this tinfoil hat off? Let me know in the comments below. Finish up here, guys, out of the Washington Post, where democracy dies in darkness. The Coast Guard announced Thursday that debris field was discovered within the search area. And it says here, the Titanic submersible that's been missing for days suffered a catastrophic loss of pressure that imploded the vessel, killing all 5 passengers on board. They said a remotely operated vehicle, ORV, had discovered the portion of the Titan roughly 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic wreck. The debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of a pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. So there you have it, guys. It's pretty much a done data. But the interesting thing is, they had the chip stacked against them from the beginning. Because to be honest with you, even if they were able to, let's say, find them stuck near or in the Titanic, they wouldn't have been able to get them. They were in a vehicle for thousands of miles away that could even get down there to rescue them. So just finding them would not have helped. they could not rescue them. Only way they could have rescued them was if they were floating at the surface of the ocean. Other than that, it was not going to be of any assistance, just finding them, unfortunately. So, didn't want to kind of put that out there in the media, but that's my 2 cents. Rest in peace to all 5 members on board of the Titan, and my condolences go out to the family. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and that's my 2 cents. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to see more videos like this. I'm out of here. Holla.